Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Hello. 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 Let's see if Steve can hear me. Can you? I can't hear you. I can't hear anybody. What the heck? No, I can't hear you. I can't. Oh, that was something. I heard. Almost heard something. Okay. Can you hear me, Art? I can't. You're okay. You're, your audio sounds very compressed and R2D 2E. And I haven't heard Steve at all. This is going to be a fun meeting. All right. Well, you've still got some of that artifact going on there, Art. I don't know. I don't know what that is or how to fix it. Alright. Google says that the digital artifacts may be because of built-in noise suppression. And check, check, check. I wish you could hear what you sound like, Art. I can make out what you're saying, but you got that weird digital. It sounds like a bad digital compression thing, is what it sounds like. That was a bit better. I think there was a recent update to Zoom. I wonder if they messed with things. Okay, Steve disappeared. Well, Barry's here. Let's see if Barry's having audio problems. I can't hear Barry. I don't know if he's talking or not.
I hear you.
There he is. All right.
Had screen problems because I couldn't see anything.
Well, you know. Steve was here, and I couldn't hear him at all. Art's here, and he sounds like R2D2.
Hey, as long as we all have our prerogatives.
Well, I said it's going to be a very interesting meeting. So, haven't seen Barry in a couple of weeks, so how's Barry doing?
Oh, hanging in. Enjoying the finer points of rewiring a tractor.
Oh, fun. I didn't even think about it. There was an auction in Trenton Friday that were selling tractors.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I didn't even think anybody that I knew would want a tractor. I don't know what they ended up going for. One of them, they started it up and it jumped the rock that was holding it back, and nobody was on it, and it just took off. It just and it ran into a car.
I would say they leave it in gear, I take it. Safety features were not functioning on that one.
I don't know if it was in gear or not, if it just rolled down the hill. Either way, it was a stupid place to put a tractor.
Well, we got the new starter Friday, I guess, and got it installed, and it cranks it now, but you have to jump it to crank it. The wiring is screwed up somewhere, so traced it down. It's probably the voltage regulator, safety switches and crap like that, but a rat or something made up most of the wiring harness behind the dash.
Yeah,
So
nice.
I'm half tempted to just bypass everything and put a push button start and hot wire the fuel solenoid to a toggle switch.
Yeah, why not?
But
I suppose as long as you know what's going on, it doesn't matter. It's your tractor.
yeah, well, that's, my concept at this point is we know it'll run, we know it starts fine. It's just all the electric's all worky.
Yeah. It can be fixed.
Well, and that's the tractor's old enough. It's one of those. All it needs is power to the fuel solenoid. Other than that, it doesn't need anything. So we can pull start it with the Kubota. Like 3 feet, it'll kick start. As long as you have electric to the fuel solenoid. So it's like, well, let's just do that. But then it's like, well, that's annoying. But then it's like, now we got the new starter on it, and it'll crank it. And it's like, it'd be a lot easier just to make a push button than it would be to rewire half the harness and figure out what all's going to. I don't know what the hell they did. I was looking at the relay this morning, and it's not the right gauge wires for the 30 amp thing to the solenoid. They're using like little 16 gauge. So I don't know what that's about. And there's no 12 volts.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes.
There he is.
And Art is still R2D2, but that's all right. Yep, didn't catch any part of that one.
That is a pretty good R2D2 impersonation.
Yeah, he's doing really good at it.
I don't know what causing that.
Yeah, it's just well, I googled it, but it doesn't seem like it actually helps.
I'd say it sounds like it's like a low baud rate.
Yeah, it says, Google says aggressive built-in noise suppression, data compression, or unstable internet. And I doubt that Art has unstable internet. Yeah, that sounds more. I don't know, cause I caught like maybe 3 words out of that.
Try unplugging the headset and plugging it back in.
But
So my issue is that I was looking at my Linux desktop through RDP from my work desktop, which has worked wonderfully for the last 2 months. And today didn't.
Of course. Wow.
So I shut down, disconnected the work laptop, started the Linux Nook back up, and it seems happy now. I also swapped out headsets.
Yeah.
Always have a spare.
Wow. I saw you swap the headsets, and that didn't help. So, and I don't know. I think Zoom just updated, so any number of issues. Yeah, yeah. You're still R2D2, but any number of issues could have popped up from an update. Um,
So I'm using the web-based client, just because I don't want to walk all over you, but it that seems to work pretty well, especially if you go full screen.
the the Google says to change the background noise suppression from auto to low, or alternatively select original sound for musicians, which is what I've been using for a while now because you could hear the other some of the noises that you couldn't hear before.
You're getting background stuff from me. It's my neighbor mowing his grass.
I kind of hear like a weird ping pong every now and then, which I think is art. That was almost intelligible. Barry's in here too. I don't I don't really see anything else to even try to try to solve that. Disable echo cancellation. Unplug and replug your microphone. You've done all that. I think. They that auction the other day, Barry, they were selling one of those, but not that one. And they had a really old I wouldn't call it, well, it probably was an antique. It looked really nice. It had been restored.
Yeah, but who would want a John Deere?
I don't know.
What the hell? What's wrong with John Deere?
You can go to jail for working on a John Deere.
There is that. The last John Deere that I had anything to do with was my dad's, and it was built around 1955 or so. Maybe 45. It was old. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Art. Though I don't think I'm going to understand you.
Think I cut.
I'm not sure why, but when you do 15 seconds worth of talking, it comes across as 3 seconds worth of garble, which is interesting.
Art, our problem child, Art.
I do not have a solution, but I admire the complexity of the problem.
Now I caught most of that. You want to log out and log back in just to try it out. I did actually catch most of that one. So we'll wait for Art, but I've been playing around, got the robot actually kind of working. Actually finally got Gemini to design a mount that was correct for it. But I still had to tell it how big to actually make it. I had to give it numbers, which it had told me all the numbers. It had told me all the sizes of everything, and still didn't design it right until I told it what the numbers were.
So now it follows properly?
Now it's seeking cold. So, and yes, it more or less works. The cold sensor, it's the same sensor, but the cold algorithm does seem to want to run into the target every now and then, and I'm not 100% sure why. I don't know if the time of flight sensor is having a hard time seeing the ice pack or just what the deal is with it, but when the time of flight sensor was over here on the side, if you approached it from this direction, it would trigger and would work. But if you approached it from this direction, it wouldn't trigger because the time of flight sensor is very narrow. So that's why we stacked it. That's why I said, hey, can't we just stack them on top of each other? And Gemini said, hey, that's a great solution. Great. Thanks. I feel like I done work on this project even though it was Gemini's project. Here in a little bit I will have Patty bring me an ice pack, and then we can see if I could actually get it to work. And my other little project for this week was a
Nice.
So I've got it connected to an ESP32, and when I turn on the ESP32, if I could do this all with one hand, it should say M5 stick ready, and then when I hit the button on the M5 stick, it'll change it to hello.
So tell us more about this display.
So I have had this display 20 years, maybe. And in one of the I've got 3 of these. I've got one of these that's this size, 2-line. It's about a foot long. And I had this one in the computer room at one of the houses that just did got the time and date and a couple other APIs that are no longer around, and would just update. Like if I got an email or something, it would say you've got an email and blah blah blah. So this one was in the computer room up above the computers, and this one's got a bell in it, but I forget how to make the bell work. And I've got 2.
Try sending a Control G.
It might be. It might. Isn't there an old bell command or something?
Control G.
Control G. Okay. I've got 2 that are probably 3 foot long. One of those is full color, and one of them I found at a flea market for $2, and I have no idea if it works. So the full color, the amazing part about it is they all use pretty much the same protocol. The full color one added some protocol to change the colors and whatnot, but all 3 of them actually, I could just unplug this cable and plug it into another one, and it'll start displaying whatever I tell it to display without making any changes, which I found amazing. But I had one of them in the computer. Well, I had this one in the computer room, and I had one of them in the living room, and I had a little script set up so that if I needed a Pepsi, I could just hit a button and it would beep the sign and say, "Bring me a Pepsi." And after a few minutes, a Pepsi would show up in my room. I wonder who brought me a Pepsi. But that was all hooked up with actual real serial ports on computers. Now I'm going through an RS-232 TTL level. This is a Max 232 chip into a gender changer because the 2 wires have the same thing, and into a null modem because of course I needed a null modem. But I made this cable up many years ago, and I don't remember how I did it. It's not a standard, obviously it's not a standard serial cable. It uses either RJ12 or RJ11.6. I think this is RJ12. 6 conductor. And I am sure at one point I had actually found the schematics for the serial port that's on it. I had back in the day, it was ran from PHP via the console. I would just type in a PHP script and it would send off a serial command down the long wire. So now my goal is mount this on the back of one, shorten up the wire, and then have a little website or something running here, and then I could just hit the website, type in my message, and have it display. That's the goal. And that was supposed to be done today, but I ran into a huge problem. I could not get this thing to talk. I couldn't get this to talk to anything. Anything. It just absolutely refused to communicate with even a serial port, a regular, ordinary, everyday serial port. Absolutely refused. So I spent like hours just trying to figure out why it wasn't talking. You know what the problem was? Seed Studio documentation sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
It said to go RX to RX, TX to TX. That's not right. It's RX to TX, TX to RX.
Maybe that's why you needed the null modem cable.
Well, I needed, well, yeah, maybe. Maybe the null modem flipped it back the way it should be. So this flipped. This is flipped to talk to this. And then this is flipped to talk to that. You know, that actually makes sense. Because I don't remember actually needing an null modem cable for doing this in the past. I don't remember having an extra null modem, but that was 20 years ago, so I may have had a null modem. I turn that on, and it says that it's doing a demo. And when you hit the button, it changes it to green while it's transmitting.
Very cool.
Ooh, it didn't get the command to just say that it was ready. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if me jostling wires around has caused issues. Oh, it's not plugged in. Let's try it again. Yeah. Interesting. Supposedly, if I unplug this, now this message is supposedly in memory, so I should be able to disconnect the power, and it should come back and say the same thing. And it's gone. Yeah. 20 years, the battery in there is probably dead. There it goes. Now it says that it's ready. And I hit the button. Hello from ESP32. Supposedly this particular one is also RS 483 or 85 or whatever that protocol is, compatible, so you could daisy chain like up to 256 signs to it, all with unique addresses, and you can have all of them say different things. And supposedly, and I haven't quite understood this one yet, but the company that made this back in the day, AMS made this, and back in the day they had an actual telephone modem that you could connect to, and you could connect your sign to a telephone modem, dial into it, and change the signs, which I thought was interesting.
At one point, I had a list of phone numbers for traffic signs. You could do the same thing. In the state of Ohio, use the same username and password on all of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, they probably were using an AMS or something, because this is just one of their small signs. They make signs that are like 16 foot tall and 1,000 pixels or something. And they make my signs are all rated for indoor use, but they make outdoor signs too, so I wouldn't be surprised. Here you go, Barry. This was the auction that I went to. It says it's a 1948 Oliver.
There you go.
That's the one that actually jumped the rock and hit a car. Yep.
I'm not surprised. I'd probably pull a house off a foundation.
It probably could. They don't have it. He doesn't have a picture of the. Well, nope, that's a snowblower. More pictures of the Oliver. That must be the one that he thought was worth a lot of money or something. He's got a bunch of pictures of it.
I was gonna say, it's that good a condition. It's worth some. Whether anybody's there to pay that is a different story.
Yeah, people that appreciate that probably wouldn't want to pay as much as it's actually worth.
I'll say there.
I don't know. I was quite surprised that he had a bunch of shotguns and other guns, and the owner of, well, the son of the owner of the stuff said he was shocked at what some of those shotguns were bringing. You know, so I think there were people there with money. I don't know if there were people there specifically to buy a tractor, but you know, I saw a guy. He bought 3 guns and spent like 6 grand. You just muted yourself.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, but I don't know. There. It seemed like there were people there for very specific things. Like almost as soon as he sold all the guns, the crowd just died. It just went away. So, and I don't know if the tractor hitting a car helped or hurt the value of the tractor. Very interesting auction. Weird difference between new and old stuff. I mean, it was just an interesting auction. One ice pack. Don't fall off the table. Keeps falling off the table. Dun da!
So it's kind of like a bug. It runs away from the sun.
It runs away from the sun. Yes. It seems like it works a little bit better seeking cold. I need to find somewhere to put this ice pack. But my problem has always been my workbench has been way too small to actually get anything accomplished.
I understand.
But I think it's working. I think it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I uploaded all the code to GitHub. So, if anybody wants to try to duplicate this mess, it should be easy enough to duplicate it. So, what I learned from this was you pretty much have to be very, very specific about what you want your project to do. Jim and I can write the code, and it's pretty good at it, but it's very, very literal. I mean, if you tell it to turn on and turn left, that's what it's going to do, because it can't read your thoughts. So, that's all I know.
So does somebody have to stand in the corner and sing Ice Ice Baby for a while?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. You weren't around a couple weeks ago, but this started off as just to see if Jim and I can make a robot, a follow robot, using just this sensor here. It's a heat sensor, and it was wrong the first time around, but it quickly improved. And it morphed into this whatever.
Doohickey.
Well, like I said, it's very, very literal. So when it was working at the in-person meeting, it was seeking heat, and it would run right up to you, and it wouldn't stop. And that's not at all what I had in mind. It can't read them. It can't read my thoughts. So I told it to add the time of flight sensor and attempt to keep the robot at least 6 inches from the target. Oh, Vicente's here. Haven't seen Vicente in a while either. Aha, we haven't seen you in a while.
Hi. Yes.
And as is usual, you just missed the robot on my table.
On your table?
Yeah, you just missed it.
Okay, nice. But I saw your mail about the CAD that you are using to create the brackets and everything.
Yeah.
This was I read your GitHub page to understand what you were doing. So I am currently on your work.
You.
Nice, nice. I
Oh!
like it.
Oh! Oh! It just broke. Oh! Oh!
Bro, what?
Robot! Robot down! Robot down!
Oh my god.
The whole Thrusdays fault.
It's okay?
It's okay.
Okay.
Here's some
okay.
pieces.
It's okay.
Any awesome gadgets on the old Amazon Prime days?
I haven't even really looked on Amazon. I don't have Amazon, so. I mean, I don't have Prime, so it.
Barry, did you find something interesting in the
That cyberpunk screen, I thought you guys might find it interesting. Somebody talked about it on something I was watching the other night.
Yeah.
And they were displaying all kinds of crazy stuff on it. They even had like an old, like radio clock looking display on those. If that's what you're talking about, the chat and the.
I was looking for a vacuum robot, but never made a decision about it.
Yeah, I get that. There's a Ray.
What's going on, Ray?
Hi, Ray.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Where's Art?
Art was having audio issues, and he disappeared and hasn't come back yet.
Oh. Well,
And that was half hour ago. I don't know.
It sounded a lot like R2D2 or a cross of Peanuts of adults.
Yes. My ice pack is getting pretty liquidy. But yes, I had Gemini after many attempts. Finally got it to get the mount right. I had to tell it the right sizes to use though. And I was telling Steve earlier, Gemini told me what the size of both of these sensors were and still designed the mount wrong. It's still just, it wasn't until I said, hey, if you add those two numbers together, it's 93 millimeters. And then it went, oh yeah, it's 93 millimeters. You're talking, Steve, but you're muted.
You're right. 93 is 93.
Yeah. Oh, I can add numbers. It seems like it needs to be 93. And then I think after I told it, it added a little bit extra to it. Because there's now a gap right there. 93 should have put it right on top. But whatever. I don't care. It works. And Ray hasn't moved. So I don't think Ray's really here.
It's frozen.
He was
So
frozen.
you are using two sensors. One is a distance, and the other one is heat. Or
What is this? AMG 8833. Heat
it's
sensor.
about a heat sensor.
Heat sensor, yeah.
Is a matrix
Yeah,
or
yeah. It is that sensor.
the A by A.
8 by 8, yep. And the way the code works, it splits the sensor in half, so 4 and 4, and it takes an average. And
That's the price. That's the price you paid.
I did not pay that. I didn't pay anywhere close to that. You know me better than that. But
Something.
it takes an average for the left and an average for the right, or I got my left and right backward, but it takes an average and then it will turn the wheels. If it's hotter on this side, then it spins towards that way. If it's hotter on the other side. But then I had it switch the code to do cold, so now it's doing kind of the inverse of what it was doing before.
Nice.
But both of these sensors, this is a time of flight sensor from M5 Stack. They both use I2C, and I've just got a single wire that has been cut and spliced together for two Grove port connectors, and
You have a very, very clean set. I like
yeah,
it.
for once,
Yeah.
for once,
Finally.
finally. So I printed. This is the final version. This is version 6 of this mount. I printed the mount 6 times. Which if I would have done that, if I would have tried to create this mount, I would probably have had 2 or 3 dozens of printed mounts, because I'm just horrible at the design part of it. But
Nice.
I stuck the extra chassis wheel on it.
Yeah.
It still jitters a little bit, but it works pretty good. It probably could be improved upon again, but I don't know if I'm going to mess with it, because I'm pretty happy with what it did. The final results. So, you got anything new going on, Mr. Vicente?
No, I'm just coming back from my trips. I was working in the yard, so nothing new, but I have a lot of plans.
Okay.
I want to use the old driver for the hoverboard wheels. But,
Yeah.
it's a little complicated, but I try at some moment. I am checking in AliExpress the price of your sensor, but it's not cheap at all.
Oh, it got expensive.
Mhm. 24 plus 5 shipping is almost 30.
Yeah. Yeah, on eBay it's 19 plus $10 shipping. It's $30.
Amazon 32, 33 with shipping. Mm. You use a library for that?
Which library did it? Adafruit library
Yeah,
for it. Yep.
And you have what 64 numbers for each sensor, or
Uh, I know it's an 8x8 grid,
mm,
so I don't know. I don't know.
you are just figure out what's the heatest point or area, and you move toward okay.
Yeah.
Are you planning to use a candle or something to throw water, or I don't know?
Well, we were just walking around in front of it or letting it sense us there originally at the meeting. But now that it's sensing cold, an ice pack works really well.
Okay.
So even a cold bottle of water.
I suggest to use a candle. Is easier, smaller, easy to move, and it keeps warm.
Yeah.
You need to change the algorithm.
Well, it's easy. It started off as a heat seeker and changed into a cold seeker.
Cold seeker, yeah.
The mainly because it's so hot in this room that I'm in.
Yeah.
I said,
But the cold is too big. I mean, it's an area, and the heat used to be just a point in the
Yeah.
candle.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, like I said, it's taking an average, so that
Okay.
it's dividing 4 pixels on this side and 4 pixels on this side, and it takes the average.
Okay.
So if it senses that it's hotter over here, it's going to turn this direction, and if it senses it's hotter over here, it turns this direction. And if the average is the same right in front of it, it'll go
keeps
forward.
straight. Okay.
Except that it duck walks. I've noticed that it does duck walk. It does that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. It's pretty close. And oh, here. Is this $6? Is it $6?
No. It's a trap.
It's
It's
a
a
trap.
cable or something.
It's a
Yeah, it
Oh, yep.
happens the same to me.
Yep, that was a trap.
$6 is the MLX 9061 or something.
Yeah.
640. They always do the same, They put a price, and when you check, it's just a connector or something else
Yeah,
different.
that's not the same sensor at all.
But maybe you can use two of those, to do the same, to choose which one is more warm or whatever.
So yeah, put the time of flight sensor in the center and put
A couple, yeah.
on each side. Yeah. I've got some other heat sensors. I think I've got the MLX 9006 sensors.
Cheaper?
I've got a couple of those. I probably could do something like that. The code would need to be updated severely.
Different, yeah.
So I guess you read that this was a 100%
Yeah.
Gemini created code, with only me changing a couple of values for the wheels and whatever.
I saw part of your fighting with the cat thing, you know, changing stuff and fighting with the AI. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why you make me lose my time?
Yeah, I was not happy with the AI. What are you doing?
I saw that.
Yes, why are you doing this? Yeah. So that first code that it made was just a mess, and it was its own fault. I mean, it gave you a library that it eventually admitted was not a Arduino library.
Yeah.
That's like,
You can use AI to do something. You save a lot of time typing.
yeah, yeah.
But you need to know what are you doing, because the hallucinations are everywhere, everywhere. But it's really a good tool if you know what are you doing.
I think this was a good experiment because, you know, you learn how to write the prompt the way you
Yeah.
need it to come
Yeah,
out.
to learn how to ask.
Yeah. So I think it was a good experiment. It especially what I found the most useful out of all of that was getting it to make mounts or
Okay.
3D parts. I mean, that probably saved me a bunch of time. Just doing
I
that.
saw something about, I think it was Steve who showed the new cat that you just write software instead of drawing. The
Yeah.
3D cat. Yeah, I saw part of your presentation, and it's interesting, but maybe a problem when you try to do more complex stuff. You know, you
Not
need to
really. It's
Yeah, not real.
it's difficult to make things that are organic looking,
know,
but if that isn't your desire,
okay,
actually it isn't much harder to make
yeah.
complex things.
I don't like organic, but I want to make round corners. You know, to make
Yep.
some. I don't know if it's easy to do it,
It is.
but I will try. I will try to use it, and I'll tell you guys how it's going, because it's interesting. It's clean, and sometimes it's maybe easier to work with the cats, with the 3D cats. It's interesting.
Well, that OpenSCAD, that is what Gemini generated the code for it.
Okay.
And just looking on the screen, I was able to tell that the part wasn't right.
Okay.
That there was something.
You can refresh the part as many times
Yeah,
and change parameters or whatever.
Yeah,
Understand what's going on.
it's hard to explain. But when I was making parts in Tinkercad, you cannot tell the size of the part,
Okay.
and the parts look off or wrong in Tinkercad, but they might be right because you can't tell the difference. But in OpenSCAD, I could just look at that part and go, that's right. That's what I want. Or I could look at it and go, oh no, it's a couple of millimeters off or
Okay.
whatever. And then it would save me from having to print it.
What did you use for that PLA?
This one, yeah, I use PLA.
How you put the piece horizontal? Or
No, it printed it straight up, just like that. There's a extra little piece, and
okay.
I'm afraid that if it hits a good bump or whatever, it might actually break
it
that.
breaks.
But-
it grew vertical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
okay.
I've got what they call tough PLA, which is a lot harder to break.
Stronger.
And I should have printed it in that, but it is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
I was going to see. I don't think I've got the files on my computer. I think they're on the hard drive now.
If the base was the same width than the large part, you can make it horizontal, to make an L in your printer, and it will be very, very strong.
Yeah. Oh, like that?
No, in the side.
Oh,
But
like that, like that, like that.
with the base, yeah, with the same width than the rest of the piece. Then it will be very strong.
Art's
So
back.
let me tell you what I've been working on. And my Amazon Day special thing.
Okay, it's over. It's over the Amazon thing.
No, I don't think so. I think it goes a week or so.
Okay,
So,
great. I checked.
The UPS that's in the closet for my router, the battery has been absolutely dead for quite a while. So I got a new UPS, nice little APC that hangs on the wall. And this one has UPS or USB UPS monitoring, which my old one didn't. So I decided to set up a Raspberry Pi 3 that I found the other day as a NUT server. And I just restarted it. And apparently when it does that, it restarts the UPS. So that's why I disappeared for a moment.
Okay. Just- yeah.
I have to keep that in mind for updates.
Jax.
Did we fix your audio issue, Art?
What?
I think so, but I've been
Yes.
around Robin's Hood Barn to get that happen.
Yes, we fixed it. Yay!
We can hear you.
And you
Well-
don't sound like R2D2.
Well, I've tried 3 or 4 different partitions on this machine, and I finally found one that has a version of Zoom that works. I think that what happened is that the latest version of Zoom that I had downloaded has a problem. And so what I did is I've accidentally stumbled onto an earlier version of Zoom, and I think that's what fixed it. But, I have no idea. It's working now. So,
That's that. Yeah, it's working.
apparently so.
Talking about UPS, do you remember the Mike's batteries, the Browns batteries?
Yeah.
This is my mini UPS from Amazon. The cheap one is still full of charge after more than a month. It's incredible. It's working. It's a mini UPS.
I went for one of the 6 battery versions of that puts out 12 volts, 9 volts, and 5 volts.
Yeah. This one has like 5 volts input and 5 volts output. There is no switch. I think I miss it. I don't like to see this LED on all the time, but it is working. So there is it.
That you were talking about round
Yes,
things.
the round, yeah. How you do that?
Steve did it. That
Okay.
Steve did that. That is a mirror cover for my car,
Okay.
Sweet. I
and
was thinking that a couple minutes ago. I was like, oh crap, I forgot to.
oh yeah, it's all right.
Steve's got your back.
Steve got me covered. Yeah.
There's actually surprisingly little to that. If you move the bar between the editor and the window to the right so that it doesn't wrap all the lines, there isn't that much to it.
No, it's really kind of small. It's
Look at how much of that is comments too.
It's 65 lines, and most of that's comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing that makes that all smooth and round around the edges is called a Minkowski sum.
Okay.
And I played around with it a little bit. The image quality is really kind of crappy.
Yeah.
Well, what's the how it works? You add volumes, plus and minus. I mean, you add
Yes.
stuff and subtract stuff with different shapes, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can union 2 things together. You can
Okay.
like create 2 spheres and union them together. They become one double sphere.
Okay.
You can do a hole around them and they become a lozenge, a tube with smooth ends like a propane tank. You can subtract a solid from another solid. It's
You can use a surface to split or to remove one side of the part.
Yes.
I mean, a plane.
Yeah, not a plane, because that just removes an infinitely thin section.
Okay. So
You have
a
to put
volume.
You have to
Okay.
put a cube that
Okay.
encases all of what you want to remove.
Okay.
And that's like the 8th line in that thing that Leroy has.
And it creates an STP or
It creates, it is always just a flat text file, but you can export to an STL, you can export to EPS, you can export to DXF.
okay.
You can do a lot of stuff with it. And I will tell you, if you export to a DXF, you go from a thing that takes 2K to describe to a thing that's 2.5 megabytes. It's weird. I had no idea that DXF was that chatty.
I think they create like small polygons for every surface instead of create the real DXF file. They make like a lot of tiny planes to reproduce the shape
I
in
don't know.
DXF, but
I
it's
don't
not
have
the,
anything that reads DXF.
Yeah.
So
I used to
OpenSCAD
design.
will create like a polygon that has 1,000 facets, and that's
Mhm.
what it thinks of as being a circle when it sends
Yeah.
it to be a DXF.
Yeah.
It
But
doesn't actually send a circle.
yeah,
It sends 1,000 facets, and that's what makes
yeah.
it so much bigger file size.
I usually I create the XF files to make 3D parts. I use the 2D CAD to make the faces, and then import in the 3D CAD to create the volumes. And the XF are really small, the original ones. Okay, but by the way, what is this part for? It's
It's a mirror cover.
okay.
There's a big hole right there. And so I
There used
printed
to
2
be
of them.
this part
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
used to
and
be
a
that-
light, but this part broke.
Yeah, I see. Interesting.
That's that.
So, couple of measurements. Um,
Dun, dun, dun.
just because 3D printers don't all print a millimeter as a millimeter, I slotted the holes.
Yeah.
But it looks like that didn't need to be done.
No. No. It worked perfect. And I printed it in PETG. PETG. So it should hold up. But amazingly enough, I had printed my really bad cover in PLA, and it held up for like 5+ years. So
Anyone try the carbon fiber or glass fiber filament? Because there are a lot of ads about it. It's supposedly it's very strong. It's a little bit more expensive, and you need a more temperature to use it to print it.
no, I have no desire to try anything else right now. I have so much filament just sitting on my shelf waiting to be used.
Yeah, there is also problems with the different filaments about the vapors in your house.
Yeah.
With PLA you are almost safe, but if you try to use other filaments, you need a filter or to do it in a different place where you are for your health. I think.
Yeah.
Interest.
You were talking about O-Drive
Uh-huh.
earlier.
Yeah.
I saw these on eBay.
Wow. Really cheap.
Really cheap.
But this is a single
Yeah,
motor.
single motor, and it's got both the Hall effect and the motor side.
Oh, I will copy this. Send the link in the chat, please.
Yep,
It's
I
interesting.
could do
like
that.
it. I like to try that. It's really cheap.
That's
But
really
it's
cheap.
it's a second hand, or they sell
No.
as many as you want.
It's coming from China, and it looks like there's dozens available.
Okay. I checked that.
Yeah. It says there's 46 of them available and 6 have sold.
Okay.
But if you look on eBay for them, you can find them all.
I will look for the image in the search thing.
Yeah.
Amazon.
I don't know anything about them though. I mean, I don't know if it's a good.
You can buy them for Amazon for $11. 2 days delivery.
Okay. Well, that's
I may try
about.
that.
So with the shipping cost, it would be close to 12 off
Okay.
of eBay. So $11 off of Amazon's probably
Yeah.
right
Maybe
in
share
there.
I can share the Amazon page.
Should be able to.
This is
Yep. Yep. That's the same board.
11. 2 days, Saturday. But the voltage, okay, I need to drop the voltage because I am using, I think 38, I don't remember. And this thing works with 30 maximum.
Well, that's what it says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they say. Mm.
200 watt speed control. I don't know. I thought for the cost of those, it probably would be worth playing with them.
Yeah. To just try it.
And the worst it's going to do is they don't work and they get thrown in the parts bin for something else.
Like many of them.
Like,
I have all of them in the bins.
but yeah, I saw those and I was like, oh, I wonder if those would work good or not good.
Look like maybe they are too small for the hoverboard.
I don't remember. We had bought a smaller set. I think it was 150 watt set, and those didn't work. I don't remember. I don't remember what the ones that are on it are. Are they 300 watt?
I will check in YouTube to see if someone used them or not before, just to check it already.
You're not fooling anyone, Ray. Ray's trying to fool us.
Doing what?
Oh, now you
What?
can fool us. Yeah.
What?
He
What he doing?
he's doing stuff he shouldn't be doing.
Mhm.
He's give it up, Ray. Oh, you're muted. We can't hear you. Ha. No. That was something. Yeah, I want to get my hero robot back out and start working on that. That seems like it's every 5 or 6 years I pull that thing out and work on it a little bit.
I already heard that twice
Yeah,
or 3 times.
I've want to pull that back out and work on that again. So many little projects. You're really not fooling anybody now. You're floating over top of a printer. Poor Ray. Where are you in this world, Ray?
The ISS.
Should I give you clues, or do you want me to actually tell you?
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. That is not a clue. I know better than
printer
that.
shop.
Not in a printer shop.
Where in the world is
Where?
Ray? What was that? Carmen San Diego? Or Ray San Diego?
Yes, where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Where's Art at?
Well, Art's here.
I'm in Milford,
state?
Ohio.
Milford, Ohio. I'm not near Milford, Ohio. For sure.
You must be somewhere in California.
I am in California. I'm about 50 miles north of Los Angeles, in California.
50 miles north.
Of Los Angeles, yeah. So,
Oceanside.
Boo-Fooville.
yeah. Let's see.
The Great Desert.
I'm not too far away from Firehouse Subs. Just south of Santa Clara, San Fernando, north of Malibu, north of Santa Monica. Just barely north of Santa Monica. I'm thinking about going down to Marina del Rey for dinner. I don't know.
Hey.
I am done with my work here in California. The only thing I'm required to do is go to the airport. I got an overnight flight that'll take me to, I think it's Dallas, Fort Worth, and then from Dallas to home. I should be home by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then play on the weekend, and I fly out again on Sunday afternoon. Go to Massachusetts.
Oh my God.
Did I get to show you guys that printer? It's a VG2-540 Roland.
Mm-hmm.
The ones is behind you.
Yeah, the one that's behind me. That one.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It is. It's like 11 feet long. Something like that. 10, 11 feet long. It only has a working length of 54 inches. But it's been in storage for a while. And I am just about scared that it has heads. The print heads are gummed up, and the tubes, the ink tubes, are gummed up, like all hardened.
Yeah.
Tubes are easy enough to replace.
Yeah.
If you stop in Missouri on the way back, you can pick up a couple of gallons of 1,1,1 trichloroethane. That'll clean anything.
Probably melt the tubes off the frame. But
Well, yeah, take the head out, drop it in a gallon. Actually, you may, if it is messed up and you can't clean it up any other way, carburetor cleaner They sell it at AutoZone in a gallon paint can with a built-in little plastic scoop.
Yeah, but I don't want to melt everything else in the
Yeah,
print
that's the
head.
problem.
If you can't get it fixed any other way, carburetor cleaner.
Oh God.
I mean, if you've exhausted all your other options, it's already broke.
I haven't started my other options, but I'm gonna stay away from gasoline, kerosene, diesel, carburetor cleaner. Oh Lord.
That sounds like chicken talk.
So, well, the print heads are somewhere between $1,000 and $1,200 each. There are 4 print heads. The tubing I'm not even worried about. It's the print heads. That's what I'm worried about. But it's a eco solvent ink. So hell, just the ink is probably going to cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Yeah. So this might end up being a project that I send on to somebody else. Somebody that is a printer expert, and I will stay in my little field house and do my own work. I got some other equipment that I've been working on, but man, this is just too much. So it's just not my specialty. I'm told that everything else works on the printer, just the print heads are gummed up and the tubing is gummed up. I'm like, for God's sake, if the tubing is hardened,
I don't like it.
the heads are probably all hardened and everything too. So I just makes me scared. I don't want to spend the money on it, but if somebody else already had a roller. What's funny is that I was at a school in Florida, like day before yesterday, and they have exactly the same printer. And during the summer, I would swear that printer was turned off. But I walked up to it, it was still on, and I think it had not gone through a maintenance schedule, a maintenance cleaning. And I told the secretary, because there's no teachers there, told the secretary, if you don't clean it, you don't cycle this thing, it will turn into a giant pile of junk, and it'll cost you $5,000 to get it fixed. I don't know.
And they said, "Oh, it's taxpayer money."
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. They're like, hey, it's taxpayer money. We'll just buy another printer, another $25,000 printer.
Yeah.
I just can't understand it. I mean, it's a amazing printer. It'll print and cut directly to vinyl. For doing little bitty cutesy stickers, or it'll do a full car wrap sticker, and it's amazing. I don't know. I can't see it.
Let's wrap my car.
Yeah, you think that's funny, but I have a friend in Florida that he's got this old car, and he works on it a little bit here and there, and it's really reliable, and he hasn't owed any money on it in 10 years. He let his brother borrow it. Little dent here, little bump there, and so my friend Aaron ended up doing some body work on it, and he just didn't trust himself on doing good paint job. So after the Bondo and stuff was on, he sprayed it with black, let it dry, did not like it, and just put black vinyl on it. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
That's what I would
couldn't
do.
I couldn't tell the difference from 30 feet away. Okay. But I got right up on it. I was like, yeah, I can see the crack over here, see the crack over there, see the body work. I was like, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, this guy is, he's got a master's degree in education. makes good money. I'm like, dude, why don't you just buy a new car? And he's like, well, this one works great. I don't have kids, don't have a wife, don't have this, don't have that. I'm like, oh my God. Here's why you don't have a wife. you got plenty of money, you don't want to spend it on anything.
I've always wanted a
Crazy.
black police car. Let's wrap my car in black.
What color is your car right now? Black and white?
Black and white, yeah.
I ended up getting a pile of orbital sanders last week. This guy at a school complained to his district that his sanders, all the rubber pads with the hook and loom stuff, they were all bad. So his director of his department just bought him all new sanders. So while I was there, he's like, "Hey Ray, take this box of sanders." So I got 3 round orbital sanders, a square sheet sander, a biscuit joiner, and some other little stuff, all for free. All of it works, and they're all DeWalt brand. The only piece that was damaged was the rubber hook and loom part on the bottom, and those were $8 each off of eBay. So I got me some new ones and put that all together. I went and bought a whole bunch of sandpaper too. Yeah. So that's all it takes, right?
I heard Ray's coming over to do some woodworking.
Well, you guys know I sold the joiner and the planer.
Yep.
Those are gone. And
What'd you do that
I
for?
went and because somebody else needed it a whole lot more than me. One of my customers up in Columbus. So I didn't want a 3-phase giant planer and a giant joiner. So I got a 6-inch joiner instead, actually an 8-inch joiner, and I already had a planer. Got some other stuff, a bunch of bandsaws and another table. I'm gonna sell the table. Drill press. That's nice floor stand drill press. Some sanders and that printer. I still got to keep most of my money. So I'm just in the process.
In the market for a 3-phase welder?
Nope. A lot of welders nowadays, you don't need 3-phase, do you?
Well, yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do, but
Is that a like a gas powered puts out 3-phase?
no, Dad had a bunch of 3-phase Miller welders, but like the one we have, we don't have a spool gun for it, but it's a T50 TS or 250 TS. It'll do from like aluminum foil all the way up to like 3/4 plate, but it's all old school dial, manual adjustment on all 3
Yeah.
phases. So I mean, you can tune it out to like I said, from foil to whatever, but
I've got
nobody
a,
seems to want it, and I hate to pitch it. It works. We put a new relay in it, and we used it until we closed up the shop and had to give back the gun or whatever because we were borrowing that from another company.
I've got a Miller, I believe it's a Model 220. It'll take 110 volts or 220 volts, and
Yeah.
it'll do MIG, TIG, and everything else. We just used it a couple weeks ago, but I think I've owned it 3 years and used it twice.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's the thing.
I don't know anything about welding.
All this stuff's 100% duty cycle for whatever you want to do. But
Yeah,
that's
I'm not.
most of this stuff doesn't do that anymore, and so I don't understand why I don't know. I guess people just don't do a lot of that aren't robots, I guess.
I'm not a welder. Just playing. Leroy, what are you doing this weekend? You want to help paint?
This
No.
weekend, this weekend is probably not a good weekend for doing much of anything. Patty has another eye appointment, and fairly sure that we're celebrating 3 of the grandkids' birthdays this weekend. And there's something else going on.
That sounds like last weekend.
Yeah. What was last weekend? Last weekend was...
My niece's birthday, plus my nephew is in from Romania, so he's had a couple weeks leave from the army, so he's like, ta-da! Didn't tell anybody he was coming.
Here I am.
My sister took great pains and staking enjoyment in filming everybody as he surprised them.
Well, you know. I think Patty was going to go to Kings Island this weekend. I'm not.
Well, see, then you're open to paint.
Maybe for about 20 minutes, maybe.
Oh, where'd Ray go?
Ray fell off again.
You told him you didn't want to paint, and he's out of here. Oh, there he is.
He must be in really weird self-service area or something.
Sorry, my phone's getting hot and it's got an insulator on it that keeps it hot.
Nice.
I was trying to put it on the.
You need that ice pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I saw a steering wheel there, didn't I?
You broke the illusion, Ray.
Oh, there's the steering wheel. There it is. Oh, Lord. Oh.
I'm pretty sure nobody was buying that you were just floating over top of your printer anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess not. Sitting there on a chair in front of my printer. Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
One of the things I got in the garage when I bought that house in Milltown, a robot vacuum cleaner, and it's not that old, I don't think. And this house had a lot of like vinyl plank flooring, so
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I did not throw it in the garbage.
Well, don't throw it in the garbage.
I just I don't remember where it went to. So it's in the garage. I think it's in the garage somewhere.
It's a robot, so
Yeah, don't throw it in the garbage. There's
A
wheels
robot
and
vacuum
stuff.
cleaner. There's wheels and motor, and I don't know what else is in it. Maybe there's a temperature sensor and a edge of the, because it was upstairs and it evidently didn't go down the stairwell. So
LiDAR? No, it has a LiDAR.
I don't know. Don't know.
Or a
But the lady
Canva?
that used to live there, she was cheap, so I doubt it's a very good robot vacuum cleaner. But I know she was lazy, so that's probably why she never swept the floor.
Well, see, there's cheap, there's lazy, and there's cheap and lazy.
I think she was cheap and lazy.
But if you buy the cheap robot, then you still have to empty the thing to the little dustbin that it.
I don't know. This lady, she was probably 40 years old, and she probably just let it fill up and then threw the robot into the garage. That's how lazy. I don't know. But anyway, every spare bit of time that I get, I guess I'll be painting and cleaning and weed eating and whatever. My neighbor, he's probably 60 years old at that house, and one of his sons came over and says, "Hey, I'm going to build you a new shed." So he cuts the old shed into pieces, throws it all in a pile, and a couple weeks later, he builds a new shed. And he does the absolute worst job at it. And I guess it caved in. So, feeling awkward, the guy cuts up the new shed and throws it into a pile.
Twice.
And there's a pile of 4x8 plywood. So there's a pile of that, pile of sticks, all in this guy's backyard. So there's 5 piles. And I was like, man, I hate looking out my kitchen and see all these piles of crap in this guy's backyard. So last weekend, I took a break from painting. I went over to his backyard and I unscrewed all the boards.
And through
This
gasoline.
So the entire shed was put together with decking screws, no nails at all. Unscrewed it, I ended up with like 12 2x8s that are 10 feet long, all treated lumber, a whole bunch of brackets, and a lot of screws. And I'm like, hey, this would be good to repair my deck, because my deck needs fixed. There's some really, really warped boards on the deck. So the back deck of the house just kind of sways up and down. So, got some work to do there. I need to do, I gotta finish painting first. Do some painting, do some trim, because my daughter wants to move into that house. I got a feeling we're gonna replace the carpet. There's only one room that's got carpet and it needs replaced. But, yeah, there's a lot of work to do. I'm not looking forward to it. I told my daughter, like, hey, I might be busy this weekend. I need to rest. She's like, but Dad, I might want to move in.
Hand her a brush.
Yeah, hand her a brush. Exactly. Well, we got most of the trim work, the cut-in edges have been gone over once or twice. So I think we're down to, we need to do the roller painting, and then we got to do some trim work, and then we need to roller paint it again. And so it's definitely going to be either a long weekend or 2 weekends of work. But then there's the whole deal of more trim, more door trim, wall trim, window trim,
Sanded
floor
all that,
trim.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
You got all those
So
sanders.
much.
That should make it really easy to pre-sand everything.
No. No, it does not. So those
Must-
sanders don't apply.
My uncle
Uh,
quit his painting job about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he is so ecstatically happy. Did not have to paint.
uh, I had a friend that used to do drywall, and he retired from it. And I was like, "Hey," I called him up. "Hey, you're really great at doing drywall. You want to help me?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, I'm just doing one wall. And he said, "No."
So you had a friend. You don't have.
We're
You had
still
one.
friends because I did not make him come help me do drywall.
Should
I-
have just invited him over for a beer and critiquing.
Yeah, right.
Then you see how bad you're doing it and fix it.
Oh, he told me
Well,
how to
if
do
you-
it. I was like, "Okay, I'll try this. Hey, take a look at this." He's like, "Right, I'm done." He's like, "You just bed it down, put the paper on, smear it out." I was like, "That's a nice way to say it." uh,
Well, it is almost 7. Not quite. Almost.
7.
And we're in person next week. And
Okay.
I have a roll of ABS. Can you use ABS filament, Vicente?
I can use it.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my new printer is enclosed.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I also have some wood fill stuff that's left.
It's like a bamboo like
It,
filament wood. Okay.
it
You don't like it?
I don't like it. It does some weird stuff to my printer. It prints fine for a while, and then I got to clean the heads and do all kinds of, or clean the nozzle and do all kinds of other stuff. But
Okay.
it's Hobby Lobby, came from Hobby Lobby. So if anybody wants it, I will bring it next week too. So
Great. Do it. I can use something.
so there's going to be some free filament.
Any suggestions on the crazy printer sales?
I have not seen crazy printer sales.
Oh,
I haven't
And-
been looking though. So.
Micro Center's price matching Amazon Prime days, so
Are they?
everything's marked down like $200-300.
Oh,
Interesting.
days that I don't have
So, like,
money. Weeks
the
I don't
new-
have money.
Carbon 2's like $3.99 with the hat and stuff like that, and I'm like,
I don't get paid till the last day of the month.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Probably a good thing.
That's what I'm saying. The
I don't
week
need
I
it,
don't
don't want
have
it.
money.
all right,
That's
well,
Columbus.
I'll see you guys later.
Good night.
"Hey, Red,
All right,
Bye.
we're going to call it anyway. So I will see everybody
see you
next week.
guys.
Hopefully.
This week. Bye.
Bye."
Bye.
Take
Bye.
care.